A very good afternoon to everyone. I, Apurva, Project Officer on behalf of City University, would like to take pleasure of welcoming our expert speaker for today's session, Dr. Mahesh Chandra Joshi, who is working as Associate Professor at Manipal University, Jaipur. He has served at Christ University, Delhi and Alpew and other organizations as well. And he's going to deliver the session on the topic how to develop innovative ideas.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for this session. Without delay, let us start and discuss the session. So, the session which I am going to take today is about developing innovative ideas. You know that today everyone is talking about entrepreneurship. Everyone wants to become an entrepreneur. So, I will try to make this session more interactive. I will request all who are here to attend this session to give your input as and when required. So, why one want to become an entrepreneur? Can anyone tell, please? Why all of a sudden entrepreneurship is so hot topic today? There could be a number of reasons, isn't it? There are a few communities in India. There are a few states in India like the state from which I belong, Rajasthan, or the state where you people are right now, Punjab or Gujarat. So these states are famous for people who have entrepreneurial mindset and preference for their own venture. So this could be a social region, or even the existing government policies could be another region which encourages Startup India, Make in India, right? Or you as an individual, you don't want to work as an employee. You want to become your own boss. Or probably you are looking for a venture through which you can help to the nation, to the society, you can offer employment. So there could be a number of reasons why an individual wants to become an entrepreneur. But the problem is that out of hundreds of ventures which are coming every year, only few are successful. So I'm not discouraging anyone, just sharing real fact that out of most of the ventures, only few are successful, remaining are struggling for a few years, and then they are not able to survive. So again, there could be a number of reasons, but one of the reasons is that the idea with which that venture came into existence was not novel or not very unique. So today we will focus our discussion how to develop innovative ideas instead of discussing about other aspects of entrepreneurship. Now, I'm sure that you people are aware about definition of entrepreneur, an individual who start a venture is an entrepreneur. Enterprise, an organization which is started by entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is a process. So entrepreneurship is a process by which organization go ahead or work further. But as far as idea or business idea is concerned, you should be very clear that what is the difference between a business enterprise and an entrepreneurial venture. So in this slide, you can see that there are some major differences between an entrepreneur and a businessman, right? So a businessman is a traditional person working for economic gain, while entrepreneur is a unique person working for social welfare as well as economic gain, right? So the first difference you could see, entrepreneurs start with unique idea or concept. So this first difference between an entrepreneur and businessman itself highlight importance of unique business idea. And further, you can count number of differences that entrepreneur focus on cooperation, entrepreneur focus on innovative and revolutionary ideas. Entrepreneurs are risk takers. They take full accountability of their ventures, right? They are people oriented. They hire people to give them chances, productivity, and entrepreneurs are. So out of this all differences between a businessman and entrepreneur, the first and foremost difference is in terms of unique idea with which an entrepreneur start its journey or his journey, while an ordinary businessman works on existing idea or old ideas or continue with old products or services. Now, as I said that we are more familiar with the success stories of entrepreneur. So before you start working on idea, my humble suggestion for all aspirants, all ambitious young people is that at least think about these few areas. You know that we all are very unique. We all are very special, right? And we have our own preferences, our own skill sets, our own strengths and weaknesses. So before we jump into the journey of entrepreneurship, we must check that whether we have required ability and skill sets to become an entrepreneur or not. Are we really interested to become an entrepreneur? You know that there are many people who are looking for fixed income every month. So they have mindset which is more suitable for salaried jobs. So what is our interest? What are our abilities and skill sets? Do we have sufficient knowledge about the existing market or the target market? Is there a real opportunity or an illusion? And whether we have sufficient resources with us, can we arrange them? So these all questions are very, very relevant. Why I'm asking or why I'm saying these points? Because I had an opportunity to mentor few of the people who are very enthusiastic, young students, and they came with their business plans. Similarly, we had opportunity to participate in B-plan competition conducted by various organizations. And this is my experience as an academician, as a researcher in the field of entrepreneurship, that many times people have high energy level, very confident. You young people have different skill sets in terms of good communication, good presentation skills, technical skills. But sometimes few of them miss on the part of opportunity recognition. So whether this opportunity is enough for your business idea or not, this should be thoroughly checked. Because during your business plan, which you create on papers, sometimes you are over optimistic, right? So suppose you are from a small town with a population of, let's say, 1 lakh, and you think that, okay, I will go for a good restaurant over there, or fast food center over there, and you come with menu, price list, promotional strategies, and all. But whether is there sufficient market potential for your business or not, according to your offer, according to your pricing, this should be checked in terms of opportunity and resources, whether you are able to accumulate, arrange required resources or not. So in a business, in an organization, everything should be in synchronization with other. Let me give an example of resources. Usually we believe that if we want to purchase raw material, if we have money, we can pay and we can buy, isn't it? If we want to come with a factory setup, we have to spend money, we can buy machinery, we can install them, we can create a factory, build a factory, and we can run the show. That's all, is it? No. Few years back, I visited an industrial unit at Ahmedabad, and that unit was in the business of manufacturing transformers. So we all are aware about transformers, and the major customer of this product is state electricity boards. So there are few manufacturers, mid-sized companies who are manufacturing transformers of high power, high capacity, and private as well as government buyers are there. But in my case, the organization was targeting government supply. And while writing a case study on them, we had a lot of discussion with the officials of that organization. And as a curiosity, we asked, what is your biggest challenge? Is sales or winning contract is a challenge? Or winning a tender is a challenge? Or human resource is a challenge? Or finance is a challenge? Or profit is a challenge? And believe me, I was surprised. The marketing manager told us that we have over demand. We are not able to meet out the demand or orders. Why? Because our production is limited. We have more orders in our hand. Then, as a curiosity, we ask, why it is so? Why don't you expand? You can have a second unit or second factory of your organization. And it was very surprising to know that in this case, since it is a technical product, so there is a raw material porcelain which is required for production of transformers. So I think few of you are aware about this product, porcelain, right? It is used in electricity products. Earlier it was more frequent, now it is less frequent. And we came to know that the porcelain supply is very limited in the market. That's why they are not able to expand their production capacity. They are ready to pay, but supply is very limited. So this is real life scenario, right? So whenever we go for an idea, we look for a venture, we have high dreams, but before that we must shake on these points. Then only we should go to the next phase or plan. So to check your ability, interest, knowledge, you must go for SWOT analysis. And to get a clear picture about opportunity and resource, you must go for pastel analysis. Now, what are the methods of business idea generation? Right? So scholars have suggested different methods. right? And the Gordon method is there. So in this method, in the beginning, actual problem is not revealed to individuals. They are unaware about the problem. They are interacting in a group, right? A general concept is introduced and responses are required. So different responses will come, different suggestions will come, and then the actual problem will be revealed, and then group will give solution. So this is the one of the method which is used for business idea generation. Another method is big dream approach. In this method, an entrepreneur think about dream, how a problem and its solution can be an entrepreneurial venture. And every possibility is recorded and investigated, and every resource required is documented, right? So this is thinking and then noting it down, right? So here the creativity of an individual comes into the picture in big dream approach. In the previous method, brainstorming was used, right? So these are few of the methods. Why I'm saying few? Because we have limitation of time. So instead of discussing about all methods, I am trying to focus on some major or commonly used methods. So what is a business idea? It refers to any concept which you or anyone can implement to earn money or for financial gain, or business idea is related to an opportunity where you can sell a product or service to make profit in a particular market. Now, quickly, I will discuss few of the major sources of business ideas. But you know that which idea will work for you, it depends upon you, it depends upon your situation, it depends upon in the industry in which you are interested, and even sometimes it depends upon the local area also. So there is no formula that this method is good for you or you should pick this method. It may be any method which can help you to generate and refine business idea. So one of the source of business idea is your past work experience. Probably you people are aware that many IIT graduates, after serving an organization of repute for a few years, either they start their own manufacturing unit, or if they are in the field of CSIT, they start their own software development company. In areas of ours like business and management, people become consultant or start their own company for services. So why? Because while working with that organization, they got idea for this venture, and their experience, their hands-on experience, their reputation, their network will help them further. So they are convinced with this idea to go ahead. So past work experience is one of the source of business idea, right? The another source of business idea is related to your hobbies, talents, and interest. Now, again, what is very, very important that sometime we are over enthusiastic. Why I'm saying this? Because ultimately we are going to earn money, right? So it is not only hobby, which should be a major driver for entrepreneurial venture. Yes, hobby can help you, your talent, your interest can help you, but please check, as I said earlier, that whether there is potential for business or not. So thanks to the society, thanks to the technology, thanks to the platform like YouTube and blogs, because of this, now we have large audience. And sometimes this audience are our passive customers. Why I'm using this word passive customers? Because actually they are not buying anything from you. Suppose you are a blogger or you are a YouTuber, you have a YouTube channel which gives review to bikes, or you are a movie reviewer. So those who are viewers of your channel or readers of your blog, actually they are not paying you, but they are your passive customers, isn't it? Because if you have more number of visitors on your blog, there would be more ads. If your YouTube channel has more subscriber, there would be more ads and ultimately generating a revenue for you. So you know that people in various streams like cooking, like hobbies, crafts, health, yoga, medicines, any field, they are able to explore as a business venture, entrepreneurial venture. And this is one of the source which has enough potential. You come with a different talent, you just sell yourself, right? Then comes the customer surveys. You know that ultimately you are targeting customers. Business will come from customer. So if you interview them, you get feedback from them, you generate idea from them. Their idea may be a good source of new product and service. Because what is a product? What is a service? I'm a faculty in the field of marketing. So usually when I deal with my learners, I ask this question, and many times I get very formal definition, bookish definition. Product is this, service is this, tangible, non-tangible. But my consideration for a product or service is different. In my opinion, a product or service is basically a bundle of benefits. For example, if you buy a refrigerator, what you are buying? A physical product? No, you are buying benefits associated with it. If you buy a music system, are you buying a physical product? No, you are buying quality of music associated with this. So basically, your customers are looking for benefits. If you are able to club more benefits in your offer, you would be able to market that offer well. So you have to ask your customers what actually they are looking for, right? And that's why combo products are there. That's why products of different sizes, right? So after customer surveys only, shampoo manufacturers were able to offer shampoo in bottles and sachets, right? Then comes the brainstorming. Brainstorming is one of the key source of business idea generation. So it is always advisable to constitute a team, cross-functional team. It means people from various backgrounds in terms of their education, in terms of their experience, in terms of their creativity, so they can discuss, and come with an idea. It is a challenging experience, right? But solution may be very bright. Another source of business idea, very good source of business idea, is market gap analysis. You know that necessity is mother of all invention. So when you find a necessity existing in the market, you can think about a product, service, or an offer. So just try to understand. There was an era when landline phones were available, right? So you know that there are various users, or there were various users of this landline phone, personal users as well as business users. Business users were facing a challenge. What type of challenge was that when a salesperson was in field, when someone was in field, maybe a manager or businessman or owner or CEO or even sales executive, company or office was not able to communicate with him or her. So I have witnessed that era. I was in sales for a few years in the beginning of my career. So at that time, the quickest mode of communication was either phone call on landline or telegram. But you know that when someone is leaving his or her home in the morning 8 a.m. and is supposed to reach home by 6 or 7 p.m., meanwhile, if there is some urgency, how to connect? This was a challenge. So then some company came with pager, right? I hope few of you are aware about this product. This was in existence for few years only. Unfortunately, the duration of its success was very limited. So it was a small device tucked with belt, or you can keep in your pocket, where text messages were sent by the pager companies, right? So those who were in field, they were getting messages through some company that this is the message. And after reading it, they were doing as per the requirement. And then came the mobile phone. So you know that journey from landline to pager and pager to mobile and mobile to smartphone. This is because of market gap analysis. Marketer realized that people are not happy with the existing product or service. They are looking for a better product, a better service, and they offered it, right? So again, this is a major source of business idea generation, right? I will give some more examples in coming slide related to market gap analysis, and it could inspire you, it could encourage you to become more vigilant, to observe more when you go to the market, and you can find some good idea from market gap analysis. Then current trends. So in the areas of fashion, food, electronics, and many other areas, trends can be a source of your business idea, right? For example, e-vehicles, EV, this is a concept which is promoted by government, which is well picked by people. So every major automobile manufacturer is either producing or planning to produce electrical vehicles, right? Same is the case of fashion also. Same is the case of food, organic food, diet food. All of sudden, people have become more health conscious. Or Ayurvedic products, or immunity booster. After Corona or during this pandemic, everyone was looking for immunity boosters, natural products, herbal products. Why? Because it was a trend. So if you are able to understand the trend, you can come with a good venture. Then comes the government policy. Government policy is another important source of business idea. So we know that government came with idea or policy of Startup India, Make in India. Earlier it had several policies of special economic zones, right? So there are many advantages associated with each scheme. So if you find this policy encourages a particular product or industry, there are tax benefits, there are some incentive, there are infrastructural facilities available or technical support available, well, you can explore that area. So you all know that nowadays central government is promoting Make in India. So this scheme is promoting manufacturing activities in India meant for global supply. So if you have some technical background, if you have some product in your mind, if you can arrange some resources, you can you can explore this opportunity and convert your idea into a venture by considering the government policy. Now, please look at the flowchart or diagram. Whatever source may be, right, either from your friends or your from family or from your brainstorming or your own idea based on observation or based on market trend or by analyzing the market gap. This all idea are as such not converted into venture. So when such idea comes into mind of an entrepreneur, before converting into a real project, they go through a process, right? So please look at the opportunity recognition process, how an individual can recognize opportunity. So as you can see in the diagram, there can be some knowledge based on your education. Then you have some prior knowledge of market, customer, and you ultimately come with opportunity, or you recognize the opportunity and explore it, or your experience excuse me, your experience which is based on your past working, because this experience you have knowledge about market and you come with venture, or your personal experience, you are not happy with the product, you are looking for a better product, you explore various alternative and some idea come into your mind, or your networks, your friends, your relatives, your family members, your neighbors give you some idea. They can say, why don't you explore this? There is a huge demand. So all this could be sources of idea, and ultimately by this process you can convert into a venture. Sources may vary, as I said earlier. It depends upon many factors. But before you start working on any idea, please must evaluate the idea in terms of the factors which I have mentioned. What are the factors we must consider for every idea? First one is market opportunity, right? Whether there is an opportunity or not. Does government permit it? Is there any incentive? Is market is potential enough? Right? Then competition. Am I the first mover? Are there only limited players in the market? Is there high competition? Or it is a monopoly market? Then what is the marketing system? Physical, online, hybrid, right? What are the financial factors? From where I will get funds? What would be the requirement of working capital, right? What is the average rate of return on investment, ROI, right? When I will reach the break even? So if idea is very good, but break even is expected after 5 years, no one will fund you for such idea. If idea seems moderate, but break even is expected after 1 or 1.5 years, your venture capitalist would be more interested to pick such project. Then what about production factors? What about technical factors? What would be the distribution methodology? These all factors or parameters you should check with the idea which comes in your mind. That's why usually an entrepreneur start with 3-4 ideas and refine them and ultimately reach to conclude with one idea, because out of 4, 3 are not able to become successful on the given parameters. That's why the idea which is more close, more fit to these parameters, that idea would be picked by the entrepreneur. Let me give you some example, right? So we should not focus on theory only. We should look into practical aspects also, what is happening in the industry. So when I said about market opportunity, let me share a very good example so you can conclude something from it. It may be a lesson for you also. There was a company from Gujarat which was manufacturing and installing a unit. This unit was meant for production of biocoal. What is biocoal? It was produced from biodegradable material. We know that coal is in high demand in India for industrial purpose, and supply is sometimes interrupted. So this company had a project where it was establishing entire unit of producing biocoal or agrocoal. So the raw material required was waste material from agricultural crops. So at the time I was in industry, I was in marketing, then I was doing some consultation work. So I had interaction with them and they said, sir, we are from Gujarat, we have successfully installed 2-3 units over there. We are expanding to other states. If you can help us to market this technology to Rajasthan. Then I did a study and I said, sir, there is a limited scope of viability of your project. They were not convinced with my report. But the problem was that the raw material requirement was huge, right? To run that plant for one shift of 8 hours, approximately 18 to 20 trucks of agricultural waste was required. So to run into two shifts, 40 trucks of wastage, agricultural waste was required. And it seems theoretically possible. But for 365 days, practically at that time, it was not possible. Because if you collect agricultural waste from a vicinity of 20-30 kilometers, then only the coast will remain under control. If you collect waste as raw material from a long distance, the raw material cost will rise and ultimately this will not remain financially viable. And second problem or apprehension was that, every person is greedy, right? So initially when you approach to a farmer and say that it is a waste for you, so we will collect from you at a throwaway price, and initially for few weeks they will help you because it is a sort of remedy for them also. But later on they will think that okay, that person is making money from it, so they may charge a price. And this is unorganized market, unregulated market, so price may rise and rise, and ultimately your supply or your cost will not remain under control. So they tried their level best to install such units in other state, but ultimately at that time they were not able to do this. So this is an example. Idea may be very good, but whether it is feasible or not, whether market opportunity is there or not, it should be considered well. Another example is Yo Bikes. Is anyone aware about this product? This brand, Yo Bikes? Can anyone write in chat box? It was first electric vehicle two-wheeler available in India long back in 2007. So I had an opportunity to interact with some of key people associated with the parent company, right? And then I had discussion with them. Your bike was e-bike, electrical bike, and how this idea, how this product came into market. The promoters of that group were frequently visiting China. You know that we as a country and China as a country, we have many similarities other than the political similarities. Our political systems are different, but as far as demographic and economic and social factors are concerned, we are very close. So at the time, e-bikes were becoming very popular in China. During their visit, when they saw the e-bikes, they thought that within 1 or 2 years, India could become a potential market for it. So next time when they visited China, they asked few engineers from their company to go with them to study the e-bike. And then they, after their observation, after their research, they entered into a tie-up with some supplier. They imported spares from China and assembled at Kutch. And this assembled product was introduced in the market as Yo Bike. So this is an example how you can identify an opportunity, right? When you go to some trade fair, some Deepavali Mela or some other such show or event, you find some new ideas over there. There is an event, Electrama. This is for electronic items and electronic manufacturers, right? There is Car Expo, Auto Expo at New Delhi. So thousands of potential and existing customers, hundreds of suppliers and producers visit such events. And technical people who are experts, they are also visiting. So this provides you an opportunity to get a good idea. An idea ahead of time may be very helpful to you. There are other examples how people picked ideas and implemented on them. But you know that success depends upon many factors. That's why I'm saying, an expert says that it is not enough to pick a good idea. It is equally important to check whether it is feasible or not. So there was a publisher of business directory, right? All of a sudden, from one place or one city, he thought to expand in entire state. Idea was good. It was successful in a district, but without recruiting enough staff, without arranging enough fund, without looking into printing schedule and distribution network, that company started expanding throughout the state from one city to 30 cities. And ultimately their venture became failure. So my message is that idea may be good, but you have to check it on various parameters. Another example I would like to discuss is housing.com. As I said, that it depends upon market gap analysis. You can pick a good idea, or trend analysis. You can pick another idea. So housing.com is a website, a company which is based from Mumbai. It is in real estate search portal business. So at the time there were few players in the market, but market gap was there. Gap in terms of features of portal was there. So they identified the gaps and they included filters like geography, number of rooms, right? And they also attached real photo of the property. So their competitors were not offering these filters at the time. So all of a sudden housing.com became very popular, right? Its promoter was Mr. Yadav, was an IITian. So you know that the knowledge which he had was source of idea, and he further combined it with the market gap. So you know that sometime there may be combination of sources also, right? Now, when you explore your idea further, please think what actually you are going to offer. Is it a 100% product? Is it a 100% service, or combination of both? What would be your business model? And think about PLC also, product life cycle. I would like to stress upon PLC again, because usually even today, if anyone starts with a venture, it takes 2 to 3 years to reach the break even, and next 4 or 5 years to earn good profit. And then if you have more years, you can innovate and earn more. So whenever you work on an idea, you must ensure that at least this idea will remain potential in market for next 5 to 10 years. Let me give you an example. In 2010, there was a report published by a consultant. And in that report, it was mentioned that in next 10 years in India, number of ATMs will become triple. So it was projecting that there would be more requirement of ATM machines. And you can think, if there is an installation of ATM in your locality, what could be business opportunity further? Someone will rent the shop, some furniture work will be there, installation of air conditioner would be there, lighting work would be there, right? So allied industry will flourish, right? But what happened in 2016? Do you remember? a major decision taken by central government in economy. Can anyone bring that decision into discussion? Demonetization was a decision taken by government, a very unexpected decision, and the idea of more ATMs was no more valid. The projection of more number of ATMs was no more valid. So still, if we compare the number in 2010 as in 2022, there is no huge difference in number of ATMs, right? So you must be very, very conscious while working on your idea. Think about PLC, think about business model. Quickly, I would like to discuss another case study. I will not take more than 5-7 minutes, right? So I have worked on an organization. I have written a case study over there, and this is related to business idea generation. That's why I'm discussing over here. This is a case study related to carpet industry. It is published as a chapter in an international book, Global Entrepreneurship, published by Kendall Hunt, a US publisher. And the promoter of Jaipur rugs, it is a Jaipur-based carpet manufacturer, very well-known, very well-reputed. He, based on secondary data, identified that there is huge potential in carpet industry and especially in export of carpets, right? And along with Afghanistan, China, Turkey, Spain, France, India is one of the major carpet supplier. So this was an idea based on market survey, right? Further, his family background was related to it. So we can say he had technical knowledge. So N.K. Chaudhary, who is promoter of this Jaipur rugs, he founded this organization in 1978. He was serving with a bank, so he left the job. Now, what was unique with this? Unique was the business model. Sometimes product may be same, but way of doing business may be different. And this way of doing business, which we call as a business model, may create miracle. So the traditional way of carpet manufacturing was that factories were there and workers, most of them were females because females are better weaver, right? So they were coming to factories, but you know that in many states at that time it was not considered good for females to go to factory. It was against your social status. So there were issues in labor supply and productivity. Females were not very particular, right? Frequent holidays or leaves they were taking. And even they were complaining that the salary, the wages which they were getting, they were not sufficient. So this company, Jaipur Rugs, came with a different model of social entrepreneurship. What they did, they asked families to produce carpets at their own residence and provided them finance to establish looms. You know that in carpet, design is very, very important because if design is very attractive, then only customers will buy. So these people who were in this business of weaving carpet, manufacturing carpet, they were from generations. It was a sort of family employment for them, but they were happy with the traditional designs. But you know that in European market, there is a different sort of demand pattern. So this company said that, okay, you can work at your home, you can manufacture carpet at your home at your as per your convenience. We will provide you finance to establish the production facility at your home. We will provide you design also, and we will provide you technical guidance also. We will provide you raw material, and then we will collect from you and we will sell in the market. So it was a sort of profit sharing, right? And over the years, from the humble beginning by Chaudhary ji, now it is a global conscious brand. Now 40,000 artisans are connected with this company. So directly or indirectly, it is providing employment to 40,000 artisans. They have network of artisans spreading in 600 villages. And they have clientele across 40 countries. So they have marketing offices in Europe, US, right? And you know that they are producing and selling a carpet as cheaper as 10,000, as costly as 6 to 7 lakh in Indian currency. So my message by discussing this case study is that sometime product may be same. Carpet is not a new product. What is innovation? What is the idea? Change in business model. Instead of asking workers to artisans to come at factory and produce it, they work on a different business model. So people were able to work as per their convenience, especially females, from their home. And as a company, they were providing them financial help, technical help, and marketing help. So this is a good example of social entrepreneurship, right? And they consider that they work on 3 innovations. They have business model which is very unique. It is ultimately improving social status of people by economic benefits, by high income. So it is a sort of social innovation also. And because of this, there is a community development, because along with the employment, they are providing other medical and educational help to family of artisans. So it is a community innovation also. So you know that there could be different way of doing business. There could be different business ideas, right? And look at the slide. What were the sources of inspiration for them? Inspiration for this company was to shift mindset. How this idea becomes successful? Because they were listening carefully voice of frontline people who are artisans. What they did, they created grassroots leadership. So from artisans in every village, they asked someone to coordinate the local artisan as a team leader, right? So from ordinary people, they develop leadership, and they consider that they innovated to bridge industry gap. So this is all from my side for this session. We had discussion of some of the methods of idea generation, some of the sources of idea generation, and we have discussed some examples also, industry related examples, how people and firms work on ideas and become successful. There is no formula of success in business, right? So it depends upon many factors. Any question from your side at the end of this discussion? If you have, you can ask. Please. Apurva ji,
Yes, sir.
any question from the audience?
Actually, sir, excuse me, students, do you have any questions? I think no, sir. Um, Thank you so much, sir, for this informative session. And I'll be sharing with you a word of appreciation via email.
I am happy to interact with the students and deliver this session. I am very thankful to Dr. Nikhil Munga ji. I am thankful to Atipriya ji, Director Planning, you, Apurva ji, and entire top management of City University to provide me this opportunity of lecture or the session on entrepreneurship. And I am thankful to students who have learned, who have participated patiently. I think it would be inspiring few of them to pick or work on some ideas. Once again, thank you everyone. Thank you City University for this opportunity and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure.